Good morning, Zeeblies. I know it's probably a weird angle. I'm laying in the bed. I wanted to kind of, I guess, update y'all on where we are at. I haven't really spoke much about medical, and that's just because there's really not much going on. Over the last few days, Savannah has had her manometry done, but again, we don't have any results. She's been getting her daily x-rays. I think the only issue we've had is the enemas haven't been very successful. Savannah can't hold the liquid in very long. She's supposed to hold the liquid in for 10 minutes and then sit on the toilet for 45. And at the longest, she was only doing it to like 3 minutes. So yesterday they called, they wanted her to do an enema, pretty much a second enema last night, and then one this morning, and those seemed to be pretty successful. She was able to hold them longer, and so we'll see what her x-ray shows this morning. But yeah, that's just what we're doing. We're just hanging out and waiting for time to leave to go to her PT. One of the things we did find out is Savannah does have the pelvic wall dysfunction, and she also has, her hip, some issues with her hip, and they're having her work on her breathing because she takes really shallow breaths instead of using like her full lung capacity, and so she's been doing exercises for that. And am I leaving anything out, Savannah? No. So that's just what we're doing. So we're waiting to go get another x-ray. Alright, so her hip muscles on one hip didn't strengthen the way it's supposed to, like when they first start crawling, because she didn't crawl correctly. And so, alright, Sandy's a little upset. And so, we're just working on that. And then, I can never remember the name, but where your abdominal muscles come together, like if you were to draw a line down your abdominal. Yeah.
Put it on.
Yeah, because they're getting old. At the top and at the bottom of her abdominals, there's about a finger width separation, which I've never heard of it in kids. I've heard of it with women who've had children, and when their abdominal stretches because of the baby, it causes the diastasis, something like that. And so that is something she has, and the PT said that it was probably caused from all the years of bloating, severely bloating from all the colon issues. And so we're working on that. So we're gonna go have an x-ray this morning and then go to PT, and then we're gonna go do something kind of fun today, whether it's see a movie or something. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we're gonna do something.
And we're gonna eat donuts.
Yes, we're gonna go find a gluten-free donut place. Hey Zeeblies, so we got out of our appointment. Say hi.
Hi guys.
We got out of our appointment. I'll explain that once we get back to the hotel. Yep, this is one of our shorter days, so I decided to bring the girls out here. We're at the river downtown. They have a really cool park for the girls to play in. Just let them, it feels good. It's like 74 and it's cloudy, so it's like perfect weather for them.
It feels amazing.
To play outside for a little bit and just be kids, run out some energy. We're just gonna have a little bit of a fun afternoon. I'm gonna take them to the movies later and whatnot, and so yeah, figured we'd take you with us.
Whoa!
There they go, running to the swing. It's really cool down here at the river. If you have followed along with us for a while, you know we've came down here one other time, Savannah and I did. So we thought it would be awesome to bring Sydney down here. Whoa. Is that fun? I was just rest on the river.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.
Ready?
From up here,
Look at that road.
the world seems small.
Look at those.
We can sit
Look how big
together.
those ones are.
It's so beautiful.
Whoa, whoa,
You and
whoa.
me.
That's all she can get out.
We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors,
We made it
forever free.
to the first section of the bridge, or over the water. Hey Zeeblies, it is now Thursday, the 22nd, and I realized when I was editing I did not update y'all on what the doctor, or what she just saw PT yesterday, what she said, and pretty much she just said that she gave Savannah some exercises to work on and said that she was weak. And we're going to try and find a physical therapist that specializes in pediatric pelvic floor dysfunction and see if we can find somebody back home to work with her. Otherwise, we're just going to keep in contact. We're going to keep in contact, and every time we come up, then we're supposed to just schedule an appointment and see her. So then let's move on to today. We had an appointment earlier today. We met with a new GI doctor, and we discussed several things. We discussed the cystectomy. We discussed her manometry that she had done, and her redundant colon. Now, this GI doctor did say that she thought there's a possibility that there's an extra loop that was kind of hiding behind a loop on Savannah's colon when she had the barium enema test done. And then we also just talked about the redundant colon and kind of what we were dealing with that and how everything was going, and somewhat, I guess, put a plan in order. So what the plan is that depending on what Dr. Garrison says tomorrow, Friday the 23rd, will kind of depend on which route she goes. If Dr. Garrison feels that Savannah would benefit from a cystectomy, we will then, she will be admitted for a 3-day, more in-depth manometry, which they'll put her to sleep, they'll do a colonoscopy, they'll put the electrodes through the whole entire large intestines. The manometry she had done this week already, it was just a rectal one, so this one will measure the whole entire large intestines, watch the muscle control, see how strong she is or weak, because we do know she's quite weak, her intestine is, and go from there. The other thing that she discussed with us was the option to do Botox in the rectum. She said that it has the opposite effect there that it has throughout the rest of the body, how it makes everything kind of stay and contract. In the rectum area, it actually relaxes. So where her colon and stuff is kind of contracted and tight, it will help relax so she can relax. But again, like I said, none of that will be decided until after we meet with Dr. Garrison tomorrow to figure out what's the best next step. The one thing we did fully agree on, was that before we put the cecostomy in, she would have the 3-day more in-depth manometry done, because what they have seen is that some doctors rush to doing the cecostomy and then end up stretching out the colon even more because they put all the fluid into the colon and it can't drain, which in return causes even more issues. So we want to make sure that's not going to happen before the doctor places the cecostomy in her. The other thing is that the GI doctor made the comment that her liquid and food issue could be a completely separate issue from the EDS. And so that was just something that was kind of touched on. Other than that, that's just where we are. So tomorrow will be more of an in-depth appointment with the colorectal team and the doctor to see what they have decided. Her x-ray this morning did show more stool in her colon, which obviously she's eating, so there's going to be more, but what was there didn't move. So we'll discuss that with Dr. Garrison tomorrow also. So that is where we are. I just wanted to kind of give y'all an update. There was some things that we did this week, like I took the girls to the zoo. We got Reds tickets to go to the baseball game. Those are going to be separate vlogs of just some of the fun stuff that we were able to do while we were here. So I hope y'all had a great day, and if I don't see y'all tomorrow, we will see y'all this weekend. So y'all have a great day. Bye, guys.